Fugitive, Dr. Richard Kimball on the Run. And the core idea was because he was a doctor, because he took the Hippocratic Oath, he couldn't help but stop along the way and help people in need, even if that wasn't necessarily what was best for him. And I think the Joes for us are the same way. There's a reason they ended up joining the military. There's a reason they got involved. They wanted to make a difference. So as much as they are trying to take care of their own agenda, along the way they have to stop and help people. They can't do anything else. So to us, they are heroes all along the way. The macro is taking down Cobra, which is the ultimate act of heroism. But there's little smaller acts of heroism along the way. And as they go along, their legend grows a little bit. So another part of this for us is the idea that the legend of G.I. Joe, the whole kind of Kilroy was here idea, grows and grows and swells. And whereas at the beginning, they have to kind of beg, borrow, and steal whatever they can get as far as resources are concerned, by episode 25, 26, there are pockets that are giving them, hey, we believe in what you're doing, take this. Or there's blogs that are actually feeding them information, which is a bit of, for those of you who know Breaker, Breaker's an important character for us because he's a little bit of our information central, taking what seem to be foolish, crazy conspiracy theories and actually finding the kernel of truth.
So you guys are going to keep the whole military.
Nobody's mad.
All right.
And to Jeff's point, he said there's a reason that all of these characters joined the military. And through the first season, you guys are going to see all of those reasons in real, intimate, character-driven storylines of why these guys are heroes. Very personal, very great stories that make you fall in love with Duke. I mean, there's a reason Duke's our leader. There's a reason he's a hero, and we'll see that. Same thing with Scarlet and Roadblock.
But one of the things definitely say is that because we're in a different time in television, they're flawed heroes. These aren't perfect characters, and again, we're meeting them in a place where they may not even quite understand how to work that thing they've just been given, or definitely not work together. So it's much more fun to write flawed heroes. It's much more fun to have kryptonite for each of the characters, and we try really to have that.
Yeah, I was very facetious about my Sigma 6 answer, but the real difference here is that this is a very, very, very character-driven version of G.I. Joe, which really hasn't been done to this level. So you're going to learn a lot more, and you're going to care a lot more about these characters.
This is another design-related question. I know. Popular. Well, it's obviously, it might be kind of polarizing. It's definitely a different slant. And I was just wondering if there was any sort of back and forth with Hasbro, were they kind of very free with you doing the design in a very specific way? Because sometimes articulating a toy or making it look a specific way might compete with how you want the character to look in the show. And if you have specific examples to back and forth.
Well, I mean, we are excited about new visions all the time. We've reinvented our brands over and over and over. So we're excited about how Clem has taken this challenge on. As he already articulated his point of view of it, we're excited of this new vision, so we're going to take it and run from there.
I would say when I came on board at Hasbro Studios, I definitely had that kind of fear. It was like, are we going to start a show and get designs from the toys company? It's like, here's what we need it to look like, and actually that's not the case at all, because, and Aaron said this before, we look at G.I. Joe as a brand, and that brand can exist in several different platforms in several different ways, and this is just one more extension of it. And they were actually great. It was actually a whole lot of fun to work with them, and use the years and years of knowledge on G.I. Joe, but be really open to fresh new takes on it.
Well, it seems like, especially for Clem, who actually have basic knowledge about these characters, there are a couple of core things. Scarlet has, Red has. There's some core things that we wanted to actually hit. I know it's another spoiler. I know. But I feel like that's really where we started, was what's a core thing or two about this character, and then after that, the designs we should have to do.
Yeah, I mean, we never get any specific change this because this is going to be a toy change, but I have to say I'm a fan of toys too, so I can't help but keep it in mind when I design a character. I don't make it my main concern, but I still think is this going to make a cool toy? How is this going to look? It's just I don't engineer the toys going to the point where are they going to be able to articulate this. But I do keep it in mind. It can't be our main concern because it's really two things. I mean, this is the show, and there's going to be, of course, there's going to be toys, but I mean, it's not. We never get any notes saying no, we want to make a toy, so change this. That doesn't happen.
Baroness.
And Baroness will be wearing black in the show.
I think
Or
it's
she'll
very
kick
much
your
for the
butt.
toy. But I have to ask you, gentlemen, why do my glasses keep getting replaced with sunglasses?
we have a product placement deal with Ray-Ban.
I'm kind of curious about that because as a child growing up with glasses, I've been working on my American voices, and yes, it is Zartan. No, as a child growing up with glasses, it was really hard because we got ridiculed a lot, and we were called Four Eyes a lot, and as a female, Baroness was one of the very first characters I could see that was a strong, courageous, very self-assured character, and she keeps getting replaced with sunglasses so often, and I feel that for the youth of today, it's kind of not giving them that same opportunity to gravitate.
That's a question. What if we were to tell you that Baroness will still have her glasses, as well as sunglasses, but her glasses will be the most kick-butt glasses you can imagine.
He's not kidding. Actually, to sort of, because we like to explain where all these things came from, her glasses serve a function beyond just helping her see. So you'll see her in her glasses, and there'll be more to them than what you think.
Excellent, gentlemen. I thank you very much, and Cobra will be holding you to that.
Wow.
Good luck.
Now, I feel like some weird.
Is that your real hair? I'm jealous. Look at that hair. Is that your real part?
Looks like my brothers. What do you say about that, Mom? Very quickly, just about the characters of Tomac and Zamon, and if they may be perhaps part of the Cobra organization in the future in Renegades.
I'll just go with this.
I think, Julie. Yeah, the CEO of Hasbro is nodding yes, so I think that's a yes.
Let me just say, you'll actually, again, in people with our show, you will meet them pre-Cobra, and you will meet them as they get recruited.
That sounds wonderful.
And we have a big plan.
One other quick question is about Cobra Commander, and personality-wise, we've seen him range between kind of, this lovable, totally out of touch, kind of psychotic character, and to a kind of very, very evil, almost Hitler-like figure. Maybe not that far, but still, I was just wondering if I might be able to get any insight from you as to how you view Cobra Commander.
I would just say, that's not what I was going to say.
Misunderstood.
I was just going to say yes.
That's all I get?
I think that the idea is like you said, you've seen very different faces of Cobra Commander, and I think our series actually will explore, just like we were talking about with the other characters, his evolution and his growth. So you're going to see a variety of Cobra Commander initiatives.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you. You and your brother have a pleasant day.
Hi guys, thanks for coming out today. As someone who's always kind of valued both G.I. Joe and Transformers as brother properties, I've enjoyed the comic crossovers over the years, the references in cartoons. There's even been a couple of toy, nudge kind of things. Is there any crossover potential between this show and Transformers Prime? If not full stories, at least some references for the hardcore fans like us?
We tend to look at them as separate brands right now because we need to debut them. They need to get their audience. And
well, maybe not right away. Maybe after a couple of years.
It's always one of those things that we look at, in toys and comics and from the Hasbro side, and it just hasn't been the right time yet. It needs to be when those two things come together, it needs to be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
So I'll leave you with that.
I think the answer is, and I think you can tell by looking at all of us, the geeks are running the asylum. Like we grew up just like you did, loving these shows. And Aaron's right. Like, I don't think any of us would be lying if we were like, no, we totally would never want to see that. I don't want to see Snake Eyes and Bumblebee fighting together. That's lame. Like, no, we want to see that. But I think what Aaron said is right. Both asked that question. It has to be super, super awesome, and we don't want to do it at a point where, like, right now, the way the